Oh, come in, come in. Sit down, sit down. Welcome to my apartment, my home away from home, my world apart where I come to paint. And you got here right on time. I hate that. It means you're bereft of individuality. So, Butts, what's this interview for? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Butts. You know, I've been traveling, I'm exhausted. I won't call you Butts anymore, alright? So, schmuck, what's this interview for? Oh, the New York Times, alright. Oh, what am I doing? Well, I'm doing the charcoal first, but I'm going to make you my model. You know, modeling's not exactly a hard job. You just turn this way, you turn that way, you do as you're told. So move a little bit left. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're from the New York Times. How far left can you turn? Now ask me a real question. (1947 to 1957) was considered the second Red Scare of America. During this time, the House Committee on Un-American Activities frequently targeted actors and artists due to their influence on the general public. Zero Mostel, most famously known as Tibia on Fiddler on the Roof, was just one of many blacklisted. Yet, how fear of communism was used then, fear of any difference is used now. Individuals are being pigeonholed and discriminated against because they don't fit the typical American ideals. But it's Zero's story, along with many others, that must be heard, because people have the possibility to create progress and art. 0 Hour by Jim Brochu. You know, I always wanted to be the center of attention when I was younger. So when I was 9 years old, I painted a picture of my father right here. And then I showed it to my mother, and she just said, oh, look, he is 9 years old and he paints like a man. And when I was 20, I did an abstract of my father right here. And then I showed it to my mother, and she just said, oh, look, he is 20 and he paints like a child. That was my mother, but you know, she always understood. She was always there. This need I had, this compulsion to paint. Never my wife Kate, though. She always thought that this was just a hobby. Well, turns out painting is my life. Now, these jokes that I tell, these jokes will lead me to benefits, and then the benefits will lead me to concerts, and then the concerts will lead me to this greatest salary of them all, Cafe Society. Now, at Cafe Society was a comedy nightclub every modern and new. And then I made good friends with Ivan Black. He was the press agent of the club. And you know, he just ran out there and he screamed, all right, coming up next, the newest star on the comedy horizon for 1 hour. It's Zero Mostel. No, it was at that moment. It was at that moment that I thought to myself, who in the hell was Zero Mostel? Because my real name was Sammy Mostel. And guess Zero stuck? Boy, did they laugh though. Did they laugh? Did they laugh? Of course they laughed. It was me out there. But you know, these people, my fans, they expect me to be this big and loud and scary guy. Turns out, I live a a very quiet life. Here you go. Quiet. Like the sound of that. Well, you know, so back to the story. My wife, she was talking to my old friend Phil Loeb one day. Excuse me? No, I will not talk about Phil Loeb. Not now, not ever, so get that out of your head, alright? So, Kate, she did change my life. She turned me into an actor. But you know, me and Kate had the best apartment in New York City. We had high ceilings, a big roof, open windows, and we had an elevator that opened up right into the living room. Oh, I could see him now. Until these two strangers came in. I didn't know who they were, but they started at me and Kate, so I ran over to her and I grabbed her hand and I looked them dead in the eye. And I told them, I am not a communist, and I do not know any of them. Ivan Black just got blacklisted. They wanted to get all of his friends. You know, they left. And when they left, the phone stopped ringing. The checks stopped coming in the mail. My own friends just crossed the street when they saw me. I guess word was out that Zero Mostel got blacklisted. The government that gave me paint had given me paranoia now. So you want to hear about Phil Loeb? Okay, I'll tell you about Phil Loeb. Phil was the kindest, most smartest, gentlest man I have ever met in my life. He lived his life on this one principle, that everyone was created equal. Even actors. Outrageous, I know. But you know, they blacklisted him too. You know, thank God we still have that apartment. So we took him in. We fed him, we clothed him, we watched him just disintegrate. Until this one morning, Kate made him breakfast, he ate it. He put on his jacket, and he said goodbye to me. As he jumped out the window. Oh, I could see it now. No, the popping and the crackling of the bone. I heard it. Help him. No one was helping him. Help him. He was covered in blood. Help him. And I just remember that sound. How it sounded like a peppermint stick snapping in the hand of an anxious child. Help him. So is this what you want me to talk about? When stars are broken, covered in blood, and the only place left to turn to is an 18-story window. Is this what you want from me? Is this what everyone wants? A loud Zero Mostel? Is this the Zero Mostel everyone wants? Because I'd love to know. The House Committee on Un-American Activities, what a joke was that? That was no inquisition, that was a murder. They murdered my best friend. But you know, to all of this hate I had inside, I had to live. I had to create, and so I created here. You know, you can stop a man from selling his creations, but you cannot stop creation itself. Only death can stop that. And we all know death is nature's way of telling you to slow down and absorb every aspect of life. You know, Phil, Kate, and Ivan, they're all gone now. But I have my memories. All all up in here. Alright, everybody hold on to yourselves. It's 0 out.